All right, so now you've gotten your start in Greed Man. You've built up a little bit of wealth. You got some cash on you. Now I'm going to show you how to get a vehicle and how to organize your money a little bit. So first off, to get the vehicle, you're going to want to exit your apartment. And right before you exit your apartment, you want to talk to this guy. And you're going to want to purchase yourself an Urban Vista garage key. All right, now that you got a garage key, you're going to want to leave. And you're going to want to run over to the Lemon dealership over here. There's a lot of different dealerships around the map where you can buy cars, but the Lemon is like the entry level one where everything's pretty cheap. So here's the Lemon dealership. You want to open the door, run inside, and you want to take a look at the options. You've got the Lemon Stock, Street, and Race. Each one's a little faster. The Lemon Street has a little bit more health. So if you're getting shot at a lot, I'd recommend buying this one. But for the demonstration of this video, we're just going to get the cheapest one. So it's 7K for the garage key and then 4K for the actual car. So that's only about 11K to start driving. So now that you have both of these, since you're already in the dealership, you're going to want to run over and start looking at the paint options. So for this example, I'm going to do something silly like glossy purple and matte black. The paints are only like 90 bucks each. They're pretty cheap. So now that you got some paint, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to head down to this area here. It looks like a little garage. This is your Urban Vista garage. You just want to click on the door. It'll let you in. And then you want to look over to this key rack. You're going to want to open it up, and you're going to want to take that Lemon Stock key that you got, and you're going to want to drag and drop it onto the key head. You're going to want to drag and drop it like this. Now you've done that, it's going to spawn inside your garage. And this is where you can interact with it. You can drive it here, but first we're going to do the customization that I talked about. So you're going to want to take your paint and you're going to drag and drop it onto it. And then as you can see, that changed the color of the car. So now you got your car dripped out. What you're going to want to do is click drive. And it'll spawn your car in the closest location it can find. And while you're in the car, you can press H to activate your headlights. There's 3 different headlight settings: dim, bright, and then off. So it's F to enter, and then it's F to leave as well. You can also press X to leave as well. So now that you've got your car, what you can do is you can drive over to the pawn shop, and inside the pawn shop, you can buy a premium wallet right here next to this guy. It's only going to be 850 bucks, but it's going to be definitely worth it. You can buy as many of these as you want, and what they allow you to do is you can actually just put cash inside of them. You can't put any other items in the wallet, so if I try to put a key, it won't work. And it's basically just an area where you can densely store cash. And if you run over to the gas station, there's also another thing you can buy, the keychain. If you just go through the front door and then you go into the back in the seeds area, and then you run back here, you've got this little trinket box, which will be useful in the future, so I do recommend getting it. And then if you go in the very back, you've got the area with all of these. But the main thing I want you to buy at the gas station is a small keychain. It's just right at the desk next to the cash register. It's 144 bucks. It's pretty cheap. And then now what you can do with the small keychain, kind of like the wallet, you can put all of your keys inside this keychain. So now you've got all your keys stored in a tight little area. Same with your premium wallet and your trinket box. So this is the kind of setup you want in your inventory. Also, if you are a VIP member, instead of having to run to your garage to spawn your car every time, what you can do is you can just click this little button here. So if you're a VIP member and you don't want to go to the garage to spawn your car every time, you actually get a feature called Spawn Personal Vehicle. And it'll just spawn it as close as you can, the last vehicle that you entered. So now that you guys got your car, what I'm going to have you do is you're going to want to drive over. So now that you guys got your car, you're going to want to drive over to the Grand Bank. The Grand Bank is going to be a pretty important place because every time you die, you drop half your cash, as you know. So the best way to stop that from happening is to head over here. You just want to run into the bank, click on one of the ATMs, and then what you can do if you have any cash in your inventory, you can just insert it into your savings. And this is just a good secure way to actually store your money if you don't want to carry it around you at all times. You can also take out as much as you need at any given time. Also, if you notice in the bottom right, you've got your gears. So that red bar shows you how far you are in RPM on that gear, and then it shows you what gear you're actually on. And then that little wrench icon shows you the amount of health that your car has. You can also hold spacebar to drift. So if you see me build up speed here and then I hold spacebar and turn, I do a little bit of a drift. Sometimes it shows up with particle effects, but sometimes it doesn't. So when your car actually takes enough damage to die, what happens is it'll blow up and then you will die with the car. Then you'll get teleported to the hospital, which is what happens when you die. So a good thing about the vehicle system, if you're a VIP member, is if you do get sent to the hospital, usually if you were a non-VIP member and you get sent to the hospital, you'd have to actually run all the way back to Urban Vista from the hospital. But if you are a VIP member, what you can do is right when you exit the hospital, you can just click on your little spawn personal vehicle button, and then you can spawn in your personal vehicle when you're done at the hospital. That way you can actually drive yourself back. So now I'm going to show you guys the other cars that you can get and where to get them. So you remember, like I said before, that these Lemon cars are like entry-level cars? Well, the higher level cars can be bought at Midnight Tower up here. If I run into Midnight Tower, you can see we have all our different options. Do know it's going to be a little dark in here because I haven't put any lights in, but we've got a Zebra truck here. We've got the Koala truck here, and then we've got the Tiger Street over here. This is the fastest car in the game, and here's on the map, just so you guys can see, this is Midnight Tower right here, and this is where you spawn in Urban Vista. So it's really not that far away. And then here's the Gorilla truck, which is my personal favorite. There's also a garage inside the Midnight Tower, but to get it, you have to go to the key shop, which is right over here in Skyspire Tower. We drove by it earlier. It's this area right here. So it's just to the right of the construction site. Do know that some of these keys might be removed soon as I update the game and I add more stuff that's similar to the guy in the Urban Vista lobby. So yeah, those are the basics on how you actually get a vehicle and you start playing. So let me know in the comments any tutorials that you guys need, anything that you don't know yet, and I'll let you know soon. And I'll make a video soon.